Craig Ashley David is an English singer-songwriter who rose to fame in 1999 featuring on the single Rewind by Artful Dodger. David's debut album, Born to Do It, was released on August 14, 2000, after which he has since released a further 5 studio albums and worked with a variety of artists such as Tinchy Stryder, Kano, Jay Sean, Rita Ora and Sting. David has been nominated for 12 Brit Awards, 3 times for Best British Male, and twice received a Grammy Award nomination for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. Early life: David was born in Southampton, Hampshire, the son of Tina, a retail assistant at Superdrug, and George David, a carpenter, and grew up in the Holyrood estate. David's father is Grenadian and David's mother is an English Jew and related to the founders of the Accurist watchmaking company. David's maternal grandfather was an Orthodox Jew and his maternal grandmother a convert to Judaism. David's parents separated when he was 8 and he was raised by his mother. He attended Belmont School and Southampton City College. David's father played bass in a reggae band called Ebony Rockers. As a teen, David began accompanying his father to local dance clubs, where DJs let him take the microphone. Career: David's earliest exposure came when he worked on a B-side to British group Damage's cover of Wonderful Tonight. He then started doing vocals for a few tracks with garage act Artful Dodger. Wildstar Records first became aware of David when the artist's then-manager Paul Widger met the label's co-owner Colin Lester and played some of his music. Lester later told Headquarters that he was particularly impressed by the first song he heard, Walking Away, saying that was an absolute standout. It struck me that any 17-year-old that could write a song like this had huge potential. The Wildstar boss was further won over when, on later visiting the artist's home in Southampton, he found that David's tiny bedroom stacked from floor to ceiling with 12 inches vinyl records, commenting, "That convinced me he was the real deal and not just some kid acting out the part." At that point Lester offered him a development deal with his label. When Lester later heard the song 7 Days, he said he immediately heard a #1 record and promoted the contract to an album deal the same day. 2003, Born to Do It and Slicker Than Your Average, the song Rewind, from the Artful Dodger album It's All About the Stragglers, hit #2 on the UK charts in 1999. Thus, paving the way for a solo career. David's first single, Fill Me In, released on Colin Lester's and Ian McAndrew's Wildstar Records, made him the youngest solo male artist ever to reach #1 in the United Kingdom. This was the first of a string of 4 top 10 singles from his debut album Born to Do It, which eventually sold more than 8 million copies worldwide, earning multi-platinum status in more than 20 countries. The song Key to My Heart, taken from the US version of the album, was also featured on the award-winning Warner Brothers animated film Osmosis Jones. The success of David's debut, which was written almost entirely by David and Mark Hill of Artful Dodger, led to the United States release of Fill Me In May 2001. It reached #20 on the Billboard Hot 100. Born to Do It was released in the United States on July 17, 2001, peaking at #11 on the Billboard 200 and sold over 1 million copies. The single 7 Days hit the top 10 in the US. Although Walking Away, which had reached #3 in the UK and #5 in Australia, missed the top 40 in the US and was the last of his singles to chart there. In April 2009, MTV viewers voted Born to Do It as #2 on their greatest album of all time poll, behind Michael Jackson's Thriller. The follow-up album, Slicker Than Your Average, was released in 2002. The album's first 4 singles continued David's streak of top 10 hits in the UK, bringing a total of 9 consecutive top 10 hits until World Filled with Love peaked at #15 in 2003. None of the 6 singles released from the album charted in the US, although What's Your Flavor and Rise and Fall received airplay on the urban contemporary and soft AC formats. They did not make the Hot R&B hip-hop singles tracks chart or the adult contemporary chart. However, What's Your Flavor made the Rhythmic Top 40 mainstream in the top 40 tracks. According to the RIAA, Slicker Than Your Average reached gold status in the US. David also commented that the album title could be looked at in 2 different ways. On the one hand, it's coming across like I'm arrogant. On the other hand, it's saying I have a lot more composure on the album. The album was leaked onto the internet prior to its official release, but David was not too bothered as he feels it spreads the word. 2005 08, the story goes. And trust me. David later signed on with Warner Music and put together his third album, The Story Goes, which was released worldwide in August 2005. The first single, All the Way, returned him to the top 3. The second single, Don't Love You No More, tied with 7 Days as his longest-running single in the charts since Rewind, spending 15 weeks inside the UK Top 75. The album's third single, Unbelievable, debuted at number 18 in March 2006. In 2007, David collaborated with UK rapper Kano on his album London Town, for the single This Is the Girl. The track was released on August 27, 2007 and debuted at number 18 on the UK charts. The first single Hot Stuff from his album Trust Me, was released on November 5, 2007. The single was a top 10 hit, whilst the album charted at number 18 on the UK albums chart. 6 of One Thing, the second single to be taken from Trust Me, charted at number 39 on the UK singles chart, becoming his third lowest charting single to date. Officially Yours was released on June 23, 2008 and peaked at number 158 on the UK singles chart, becoming his lowest charting single to date and was the final single from Trust Me. In July, a new track titled Are You Up For This started receiving airplay on various radio stations as part of a promo with Ice Cream Records, which also featured a remix with Witty Boy called Nutter Butter. On August 17, David performed at a birthday tribute concert for songwriter Don Black at the London Palladium. He performed the song Ben, originally a hit for Michael Jackson. David took part in Soccer Aid 2008 at Wembley Stadium on September 7, 2008. He picked up the Man of the Match award on the night and played in the same England side as ex-internationals such as Alan Shearer, Teddy Sheringham and David Seaman, and played against the likes of Romario, Paolo Di Canio, Jaap Stam, and Luis Figo. David received 2 2008 UK Urban Music Award nominations for Best Album with Trust Me and Best R&B Act. On November 7, David was recognised for his contribution to the music industry by receiving an honorary degree of Doctor of Music, from Southampton Solent University at a graduation ceremony held at Southampton Guildhall. 2008 09, Greatest Hits. David released his first Greatest Hits album on November 24, 2008. In support of the release, David released 2 singles to promote the album. Where's Your Love featuring Tinchy Stryder and Rita Ora, a homage to his UK garage days, was digitally released on November 10, 2008. The second single, Insomnia, produced by Jimbians from Timbaland Productions, a dance track with hard bassline beats, was released the following week on November 17, 2008. Toby Gad and Emir Crombie provided backup vocals and instrumental stylings. David also started working with guitarist and recording engineer Quayne Yuba, both live and in the studio. On December 29, a new mix of Insomnia, titled Up All Night Mix, was made available for digital download. As part of the Greatest Hits compilation, David re-recorded Walking Away with 4 different artists across Europe, Monrose from Germany, Neck from Italy, Lincha from France and Alex Urbano from Spain. The album debuted at number 48 on the UK albums chart. From February to April 2009, David toured Russia, the Far East and performed 1 show in Los Angeles as part of a Greatest Hits tour. He met fans at a meet and greet session at Singapore Changi Airport before his show. In April 2009, Born to Do It came second in a poll by MTV UK for the greatest album ever, which received over 40,000 votes, beaten by Michael Jackson's album Thriller. On May 14, 2009, David participated in the Hillsborough Memorial football match at Anfield. On July 26, 2009, David participated in the Sir Bobby Robson Trophy match at St James Park, playing alongside boyhood hero Alan Shearer. 2009 €10, new label and signed sealed delivered. On Friday 18 September 2009, fans got the first taste of the new album with an exclusive demo posted on his official website, a 30-second snippet covering Stevie Wonder's Signed, Sealed, Delivered I'm Yours. On October 2, David revealed to his fans via Twitter and his website that he had signed a new record deal with Universal. The UK edition of Jay Sean's new album All or Nothing, which was released on November 30, 2009, features David on a track entitled Stuck in the Middle. David performed a bold new cover of I Wanna Be Like You from Walt Disney's 1967 film The Jungle Book on the ITV program Ultimate Movie Tunes, broadcast March 28, 2010. The first single from David's fifth studio album Signed Sealed Delivered was One More Lie, and it was released in the UK on March 22, 2010, where it made number 76 with the album following 1 week later on March 29, 2010, which entered the UK chart at number 13. On March 17, 2010, David released a garage compilation album titled Rewind Old School Classics mixed with DJ Spoonie, featuring some of their favourite UK garage hits from the last 10 years. 2 weeks later, on May 31, 2010, the second single to be taken from Signed Sealed Delivered, titled All Alone Tonight, will be released. The chorus of the single samples the Stylistics hit Stop, Look, Listen, but features completely new verses. In the weeks leading up to the release, BBC Radio 2 have backed the single by naming it their Record of the Week and adding it to their A-list. On May 20, 2010, David appeared as a co-host on The Morning Show in Australia alongside Killy Gillies, whilst regular male presenter Larry M. Joy was on holiday. On August 27, 2010, Swiss DJ Remedy is releasing an album titled No Superstar, on which David features on the house dance track Do It On My Own. David was nominated for Best Video at the 2010 Urban Music Awards for the song One More Lie. The 2010 Sunday Times Rich List indicated that Craig David is worth £8 million. 2011 €12, collaborations, new material and TS5 launch. David revealed on Twitter that he has worked with producer Jim Beans on material for his new album. He also tweeted about working with August Rigo and more recently Fraser T. Smith. Whilst doing a show in Russia, David confirmed he had left Universal Records and hopes to release his new album in America as well as the UK. In February 2011, David agreed to do a desert trek for Comic Relief as part of Red Nose Day 2011. A host of celebrities including Dermot O'Leary, Ollie Murs and Lorraine Kelly trekked 100 kilometers across a Kenyan desert to raise money for preventable blindness across Africa. In May 2011, David made a guest appearance on NRJ12's French reality TV show Les Anges 2, where he offered advice to contestants trying to make a life in Miami. Released on August 1, 2011, David features on Eric Morillo's new mix CD Subliminal Invasion on a track titled Fly Away. David performed at the Michael Jackson tribute concert, held in Cardiff at the Millennium Stadium on October 8, 2011. Further to their earlier collaboration, David and Eric Morillo also canvassed a promotional track to DJs and radio stations titled Get Drunk Up, and also featured it on YouTube. Morillo revealed David will appear on a project with Harry Romero and Jose Copyright Nunez, which will feature a remix of the track. In December, he featured on the Blackout Mode dance track Freak on the Dance Floor that appeared on the compilation album R&B Collection 2012. Details of David's upcoming album are still unknown, however he has hinted on Twitter that it will be released in 2012. In 2012, David has featured on a number of tracks whilst recording his own album, including releases with Stereo Palmer titled Our Love, and a collaboration with Mumbai and DJ Asar titled Addicted. In July 2012, it was revealed David is writing with Backstreet Boys on their 20th anniversary album, the follow-up to their 2009 album This Is Us, and the first they will have released since the return of Kevin Richardson, who departed from the band in 2005. David announced on Twitter in late July 2012 that he will be releasing his new album accompanied by a world tour in 2013. He has since announced on the social networking site that he has been recording songs with Anthony Marshall, formerly of production duo Ignorance, who remixed and produced various songs for David early in his career. Jasmine Villegas also tweeted David regarding working on a record with Ryan Leslie, but it remains to be seen whose project it is for. David hosts and DJs his own party at his penthouse in Miami every Sunday, that have become known as TS5, and he began uploading the sets to SoundCloud. Off the back of this, he has teamed up with Kiss FM UK to broadcast the live DJ sets every Sunday at 11 p.m, starting November 11, 2012. 2013 a Euro 14 tour and forthcoming album. In January 2013, David announced on Twitter that he had signed a publishing deal with Universal Music Publishing Group. The deal sees David's publishing company, formerly known as Booty Man Music Publishing, merged to become JM Music. The company will aim to sign new and existing artists' catalogs worldwide and include all David's future works. Starting in March 2013, David embarked on a world tour, starting with 3 shows across Australia, followed by 4 in Europe, and finally finishing in May with 4 shows in England. In September 2013, Capital FM announced that David's DJ show TS5 would be moving to Capital Xtra every Friday evening from 10 p.m. On July 2, 2014, David previewed a teaser track titled Cold on his official SoundCloud page. Premiering it on his TS5 radio show the week before, he wanted to preview some of the new music he has been working on in anticipation of his long-awaited 6th studio album, which is yet to be officially titled or have a release date announced. Personal life and activism. David considers himself Jewish, and keeps up with Jewish traditions and holidays. On March 24, 2010, the World Health Organization appointed Craig David as a Goodwill Ambassador against tuberculosis. His first activity in this role was to travel to South Africa to learn more about tuberculosis, where he met people suffering from the disease or having recovered from it, and scientists who have dedicated their lives to fighting tuberculosis. Craig stated that his mission is to help overcome the social stigma of TB in order to beat the disease. Caricaturization on Bo Selector. David was frequently caricatured by comedian Lee Francis on the British TV comedy show Bo Selector. The show's title itself being a reference to his song Rewind. Although many other celebrities lampooned in the series appreciated the jokes and even appeared in the series themselves, David the series most prominently mocked target did not enjoy the attention, remarking that the public were no longer taking him seriously. Speaking to the Sunday Times in 2007, David confessed that the whole Bo Selector thing was killing me for a while because this idiot had a cult following and I was the main caricature. Inside it was absolutely pissing me off and hurtful beyond belief. There were times when I thought I just want to knock this guy out. Although he made an appearance himself on the program, he regretted it even as he was making it. I didn't want people to think, Craig's reacting to it, because then they would think, how can we get up Craig's nose even more? So I did it, but I wasn't happy about it. In 2010, he further commented on his bitterness towards Francis' impersonations of him. What upset me was that it made people ridicule Rewind. It should make people think about the garage scene, not some guy with a stupid rubber mask. I've got nothing to say to Lee. He's not picking up awards or anything, is he? However, he has also denied that his career had been ruined as a result of the show, and has said that he was satisfied with his musical output over the years. Discography. Studio albums: Born to Do It, Slicker Than Your Average, The Story Goes. Trust Me, Signed Sealed Delivered, compilation albums, Greatest Hits, awards and nominations: Brit Awards, 2002, Best R&B Male Artist, 2002, Best New Artist. Brit Awards, 2006, Best British Urban Act, 2003, Best British Urban Act, 2003, Best British Male Solo Artist, 2002, Best British Album, Born to Do It, 2002, Best British Dance Act, 2002, Best British Male Solo Artist, 2001, Best British Album, Born to Do It, 2001, Best British Dance Act, 2001, Best British Male Solo Artist, 2001, Best British Newcomer, 2001, Best British Single, 7 Days, 2001, Best British Video, 7 Days. Golden Camera, 2004, Pop International. Grammy Awards, 2003, Best Male Pop Vocal Performance, 7 Days, 2002, Best Male Pop Vocal Performance, Fill Me In. Ivor Novello Awards, 2001, Best Contemporary Song, 7 Days, 2001, Best Dance Single Award, Woman Trouble, shared with Robbie Craig and Artful Dodger, 2001, Songwriter of the Year, shared with Mark Hill. MOBO Awards, 2001, Best UK Act, 2001, Best R&B Act, 2001, Best Album, Born to Do It, 2000, Best R&B Act, 2000, Best UK Newcomer, 2000, Best UK Single of the Year, Fill Me In, 2000, Best Video, 7 Days, 2000, Best UK Single of the Year, Woman Trouble, shared with Robbie Craig and Artful Dodger. MTV Europe Awards, 2001, Best Male, 2001, Best New Act, 2001, Best R&B Act, 2001, Best UK and Ireland Act. MTV Video Music Awards, 2002, Best Male Video, Walking Away, 2001, MTV 2 Award, Fill Me In. MTV Video Music Awards Japan, 2006, Best R&B Video, All the Way, 2003, Best Male Video, What's Your Flavor? Radio Music Awards, 2001, Most Requested Song, Fill Me In. Urban Music Awards, 2010, Best Video, One More Lie. Other awards and honors, Honorary Degree, Doctor of Music, Southampton Solent University, November 7, 2008. References. External links, official website, I Love Music Festival at Tenerife.